Hello, good morning, buenos dias, continuous liners. How are y'all doing today? It is Friday morning. It's already the weekend. How'd that happen? Big Christmas weekend. All the shindigs are happening this weekend, right? Hi, you just stay down there. So I'm here at a cafe in Condesa, and because I talk about the importance of drawing nothing, I've been drawing nothing. Whoops, let me flip the page here. I was looking for the sample sheet that I showed you guys yesterday, and I couldn't find it, so I'm gonna still look for it. But I just did some line drawing, right? The importance of drawing nothing, because sometimes it's nice to remove the challenge of drawing correctly, right? Drawing correctly. It's an angst that is that hangs over every artist, right? I mean, it's an angst, right? Like, if I'm gonna draw today, is it gonna be right? Is it gonna be correct? Is it gonna be okay? Am I gonna be okay? Am I an artist? Do I have a right to be here as an art, right? Like, there's all these things that come into play when you start drawing. And I feel really, really, really strongly about this, especially as I'm doing workshops that have other mediums in it, paper mache, printmaking, and sketching together. I love all three. I love this three combo, right? Because they really work together nicely. The paper mache, put your hands in goop and you sculpt something out of paper, out of nothing. Newspaper, paper, masking tape. You make a sculpture with your hands in the goop, right? So it's very tactile, right? And printmaking, most people, I mean, obviously you can't do it unless you have the equipment. There are ways to do printmaking, right? Like, even a thumbprint is printmaking. So, but generally speaking, when people do printmaking, they have to go and work on equipment, right? So that is another piece of, that's a tool that you use to create that art, the printing press, the inks, the rollers, all that, right? And then you get to sketching, and sketching is your hand and your pen. Look at this cool rainbow fountain pen I got. Isn't that just so cool? I bought this for myself for surviving COVID. You know, we have to reward ourselves. So sketching is your hand, your pen, your eye, your heart, and a power greater than yourself, right? I mean, I think. I don't know that for sure. And so it requires practice, right? I'm all about practice. Practice, practice, practice. Oh my gosh, I could never draw like that. Oh my gosh, look at what you just did. I could never do that. I could never do. Yes, you could. With practice, all things are possible. All things are possible through practice, right? I think many of you know that I offer a watercolor class, Zoom class with Lori Richards. She's my watercolor instructor. And it's called Watercolor Drama. And she and I have been doing that for years now, and it's just an ongoing watercolor program that's quite popular, and she's a great teacher, right? So the thing that she's teaching is how to get drama in your paintings, right? And the continuous line and the continuous line urban sketching is about, for me, it's about infusing energy in my lines. Energy, right? Energy in my lines. Right, so that's probably why I love the watercolor drama. Even though, like, watercolor is not really my thing, I like to know the rules so I can break them. But with lines, drawing urban sketching on location, the whole deal. I like to draw on location because I like to infuse it with energy, right? Like, even my practice lines, if you're doing your practice lines, which I hope you are, I want you to look at them and just say, acknowledge the energy in your lines, right? Because look at that. To me, these lines are vibrating. There's a vibration to this, right? And I love that. And you know why why there's an energy there? Because I'm doing it in the moment. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not trying to control it. I'm just I'm there pushing my pen, and it's a kind of a leap of faith, like where my pen is going, right? It's a leap of faith in every drawing. You know, some have said, oh, Meg, you get a little heavy on this stuff, right? Well, I think it's a very sacred act, the act of drawing, right? I take it very seriously, but I also like to have fun with it. Let me have a little sip of my coffee here. Getting all fired up talking about drawing. It's what I do, okay? And I'm very passionate about it. It is why I love to sketch on location. It's why I like to be out there. I mean, sure, I can sketch at home. Get that. I don't want you on my lap right now. My little doggies are here and they want to be on my lap, but no. Because there's a freshness when you're sketching in front of something, right? It's super good to practice, right? I practice at home. Not so much anymore, but you know, when I need to, I practice with photos, but I much prefer to be out on location, right? Like here I am at Tout Chocolat, and I'm having a beautiful, okay, I think I lost you guys for a second. Yes, Eric, I will put the, I'll put the information for watercolor drama. So I think I lost my connection there for a moment. I hope I'm back. I hope you can hear me. So I'm here out on the cafe, and I just, I drew my coffees. Remember the whole coffee challenge? I drew my coffees in continuous line and then just hit it with a little watercolor. I left a lot of white. I didn't fill in everything. I don't color in the lines. I really kind of throw the color at it. And there's a freshness to it, right? I had to go out on assignment for Mexico City workshop that I'm doing. And so I had this great view of the huge Metropolitan Church. This is still a little wet. And it's all covered in scaffolding. Now, because this was wet with watercolor, I didn't add any of the cars, because this is full of cars and buses and people, right? But I kind of just wanted to focus on the monster cathedral that's covered in scaffolding, right? And this is like, honestly, I think this was a 3-minute sketch. Something like that, right? There's a freshness to it. There's an energy to it. And this is why I love and encourage the practicing of the lines, because when you practice your lines, the line strokes, right? Just a pattern, making patterns with your lines. The more you practice that, the more your eye-hand coordination becomes stronger, so that when you're standing in front of a monster cathedral or whatever, or your cups of coffee, you can draw them, I'm not even saying accurately, you can draw them energetically, right? Energetically. And this is what I am here for, the energetic drawing, which also ties into some of the other works. I'm not trying to sell you workshops. I'm just trying to describe, because I have some new workshops that are called reportage, which is a fancy French word, but it really just means drawing. You're reporting, reporting. What am I trying to say? You're drawing in front of the action, right? You're on the scene, and it's a journalism, right? Because you're not like, let's just say, for example, you're at a parade. You're not taking photos of the parade and then going home and drawing it. You're standing there watching the parade, in the parade, and you're drawing it, which means it's not accurate, because how could it be? How could it be accurate? I mean, my goal is not to be an accurate drawer. My goal is to have energy in my drawings. That is completely what I'm all about. And the more you practice, the more you practice lines, the more energy your drawings have, right? Like having started in I started drawing at home, looking at photos and stuff like that. I challenged myself to a 1-year drawing challenge. I would pick a tweet off of Twitter, of all things, and I would draw it. It was very hard because there was a lot of politics, and so I drew a lot of Hillary Clinton and pantsuits and what like that. It was very hard, but I practiced that every day, right? And then it led me into the urban sketchers, and so the urban sketchers is I drew a lot of coffees. I drew a lot of scenes in cafes, right? And then as I started doing workshops, the thing that I would hear most from people is that they wanted to be looser. They wanted, like, they didn't want to be so tight. They didn't want to be so controlled. I swear to God, I hear that in almost every workshop I do. The people who are practicing and have it, you know, whether it's a hobby or whether it's something you're doing. I mean, I don't know many people that are doing it full time, but I am. But it seems like, generally speaking, the complaint most people have is that they want to be looser with it, right? They don't want to be so tight in their drawings. I don't even have a tight drawing. I have a new sketchbook with me, so you know, because sometimes I draw. My drawings aren't always perfect, right? Newsflash. But the number one, I'm not even say complaint. The number one issue that people want to do is loosen up. Loosen up, have a freshness to their painting, have a freshness to their drawing, right? So my buddy Lori Richards teaches the watercolor drama to help you, like, not feel like you have to paint every square inch of the paper flat color, right? How to infuse energy with just a few strokes, right? And then the continuous line, that is just another version of infusing energy into your drawings, into your paintings. Not caring. It's a whole balance of not caring, right? Like, I don't care if it's accurate. How often can you say that when you're drawing? I don't care if it's accurate, right? Because most people, when they sit down to draw. Okay, so I'm back, I hope. So with these reportage workshops that I'm having, I'm working with instructors, like, this is their profession, to infuse energy into their drawings. Dynamic drawing, reportage illustration, sketching on location, mixed media, right? These are professionals. They're professors. They're very studied, they're very practiced in the art of drawing on location with energy. And if you look at their work, it's not like, whoa, they're drawing accurately. No, oftentimes it's not accurate, but it's full of energy. Full of energy, right? So that's my goal as an artist. And it's why I'm introducing the workshops that I'm introducing, is because it's all about infusing energy, right? I mean, as an artist, I don't feel like I ever stay the same. I feel like I'm always evolving, right? And I think many of you are too. You practice it because you want to go to a different place, right? So you practice and you practice. And if you do practice every day, you're going to go to another place. I want to go to where I can stand in front of a huge monster church and draw it in less than 10 minutes. Right? Like, I love that. I love that challenge. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, oh, I kind of know what I'm doing, right? I kind of know what I'm doing in this arena. I can't say that about all arenas, but when you have the sense of you're able to draw, it really, I mean, it's even in the tagline in my Instagram, you know, knowing how to draw can save your life. I really think, because it can touch so many other areas, right? Like, if you can draw a picture for your grandkids or your kids, or you can draw a picture for trying to tell people what, you know, relate an idea, right? So there's just, I mean, that's kind of a silly thing, but if you know how to draw, it can touch so many areas of your life and support so many areas of your life. So that's why I encourage it, and I feel so passionate about it. And I feel really strongly about drawing nothing practice, so that you strengthen your lines, so that when you're out on location, you can get the energy in there. And this is not drawing. This is not a lesson of like, how can I draw like Megan? No, it's about how to nurture your own thumbprint, how to nurture your own relationship with your eye, heart, hand coordination, right? It's how to nurture that relationship, not how to draw like Megan. I will never, ever, ever, ever offer a workshop how to draw like Megan or any variation of that, right? Like, it's always going to be how to nurture your own relationship with your art, how to strengthen yourself as an artist through very simple elementary practices, a belief in what you're doing, and a love and, you know, excitement for what you're doing. I love this sort of thing. It makes me feel proud and happy and delighted. And, you know, in this day and age with all the craziness of the news and everything. Hi, little girl. Just wait a minute. Here's Bunner. Here she is. Ew, look at it. We're kind of twinsies, aren't we? We're in matching jackets, aren't we? Mwah. Oh my God, I didn't realize. So right now, you know that whole thing of like you start to look like your pets or your pets look like you? Look at us. We're total twinsies. Right, my little girl? Mwah. All right. Now Chicky wants to come say hello. Oh. Chicky's got her little Mexican sweatshirt on too. Say hi, Chickies. We're not so much twins, maybe a little bit. All right, guys. Your weekend assignment. Draw your style on location with energy. Right? You're gonna be a weirdo. Draw your style on location with energy. That's a silly title, but I think you know what I'm saying. Also, I want to ask how you guys feel. But gosh, can you believe it was last January? It's been almost a year where we did the coffee cup challenge. Is everyone ready for a January coffee cup challenge? I'm gonna be on the road. I got 2 workshops in January, but I think I'm gonna do it from the road. So anyways, guys, let me see your fresh, energetic drawings. Keep practicing your continuous line, even if it's silly, right? It's okay. Silly is okay. All right, guys, have a great weekend. I'll see you online. I'll be drawing over the weekend. I'm going to go out on an adventure and see a pyramid and draw from out there. All right, guys, have a good weekend. See you later. Bye.